Okay, hi. Again, I'm in the kitchen. Got the baby's room done though, so looks really cute. All right. For those of you who haven't gone back, you know, you guys, if you've just found me and haven't watched my videos, I've talked about everything. And if you haven't gone back, and I say this all the time, to go by the titles because I talk about everything in them. But talking about the fallen, okay, and what's coming upon this earth. The fallen. When that veil, you see the evil going on because that veil is so thin, right? Fallen, going to be out there. All right. I'm going to go through this, and I'm sorry the ones who already know this, but I'm going to go through it for the ones who don't. Back at the flood, okay? Back during the time of the flood, right? The flood was not because God did not, you know, wipe everything out because people were just bad, you know, because they were just sinners and they were bad. They were bad. I mean, they were really bad. They were demonic bad. It was the blood. It was the blood. They were not of God. They were not His blood. They were the fallen blood. It was the fallen bloodline. Noah and his sons were the only bloodline of God. You understand? Okay. Now, that was it. And that's why it was only Noah that was saved and his family. The others were mixed with the fallen. All right. When Satan fell, we don't know how long that fall. We don't know how long. You know, there's so much. We don't know how long he was here first. You know, we don't know that. But he and there were 7 really powerful, you know, warrior angels underneath him that fell with him. I mean, more, okay, more down the line, but there's a hierarchy, right? Okay, you know, everything is, so, but they were so bad. They had sex with absolutely everything, every animal, everything living that these fallen mated with, you know, which explains many of the carvings and statues of things we don't even know what they are, right? There's no name for it. It's true, because they made it with them. Anything that walked, I mean, anything. Yeah, they did. Now, okay. Satan, he wasn't interested in the women. You okay, understand that. He knew from the get-go, it was government, where the power was. He knew where to be behind. He hated the women. He hated the women. Okay, he blamed the women. He hated the women. The reason why the other fallen took the women of earth as wives, or just, I don't even know if they married them, you know, but I mean, and had children with them, is because, see, they wanted to get back to heaven. They wanted to get back to heaven. And they saw the love that God had on mankind. And they watched it and they thought, okay, if we have that, then He will love us again and He will let us back up there, right? So they wanted to make their own race because they thought that God would be happy about that. But He wasn't. He was more mad. And He was like, you'll never get back up here now. Then they knew it. Then it was all, well, now we really just screwed it up. So then it got really bad, okay? See, they had the offspring, right? Offspring. So, now comes the flood. Satan, he already foresaw where this was all going and where the power and where he wanted to be. So, not all the fallen died in the flood, okay? They were high enough up. They were high enough up where the water did not cover them. And Satan took them offspring up there. Now, right before the flood, God had entombed these 7 archangels, you know, these fallen archangels, these really powerful, 7 of them. And He put them in chambers under the ground, okay? He didn't want them to communicate with each other because they were bad. They plotted and planned, and they spilt all the secrets of heaven is what they did. So God put them in the chambers, but they still could communicate with each other, right? So when the flood happened, it split the lands, right? What is there, 7 continents? See? Okay, with me? Split the land. Under each continent was a fallen. It was a fallen. And that's the territory that they ruled. Now, as mankind started repopulating, right? They didn't know. I mean, most of it was pagan. They didn't know that that wasn't a god. I mean, if they saw these workings of this angel, who was still entombed, might I add, but saw this, they worshipped him as a god, them as a god. So that's why you have all those sacrifices, those temples, you know, pyramids, tombs, whatever. And because those angels had those people in those areas, in those lands, worship them as a god. Because we know the false god, but I mean, they didn't know that, right? So, and that's why you have the difference today. And that's why when they find things and carvings, and they find old rites and all that, that's why. You understand? That is why. But see, Satan, he mentored. From that time, he mentored that fallen. And the offspring of them, 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 on up till today. Now, he put them all in powerful places. He made them all. He gave them kingdoms of the world, right? You know, think about, you have to understand, if it was not his to give, he could not have offered. When he tempted Jesus in the desert, when Jesus was in the desert for 40 days, 40 nights, Satan offered him all the kingdoms of the world, all the governments. He could not have offered those to him if he was not in control of them. Understand this? So those of you who think, who don't understand the agreement between God and Satan, I'm sorry. Right there should tell you. Satan has no power unless God gives it to him, unless God allows it. So everything that Satan does has to be allowed. There is a permission granted. There was an agreement from them, okay? Go to Job, all right? Go to Job. There is, though. And per their agreement, when one of us do something, okay, again, we all know that Satan can go up in front of the throne of God, and he's our accuser, right? He accuses us. Okay, somebody had to give him permission to accuse us, give him right to do that. God is the only person who could ever do that. Understand that. That's why Jesus is our lawyer, okay? Jesus is the only one up there. He's our lawyer. He's the one, that's why you gotta have him. That's why it's so important. The minute you do something, ask for forgiveness right then and there. Boom, done. It's done. It's done. It's forgiven. Right then. Don't wait all day till you go to bed at night. Say your prayers at night. Don't wait. Do it right then as you go down during the day. Right then. Get it done with. So you don't give him time to go up and accuse you. But for those of all of us who did not know that prior to now, the time lag, it gave the enemy a foothold in our life. It gave him permission to take a footing in our life, you know, to open a door, open a crack, open a door, open something, you know, so he could get footing in there. And he's not for us, he's against us, so everything that he does is going to play against us, you know. That's why, you understand, that's why you get in, it seems like you get on a path in life, and you think, I can't get out of it. No matter what I do, my life doesn't change. My life just does not change. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to be so bad. I'm trying to be so much better. I'm trying to be this better person. I'm trying to do this right and this right. But no matter what I do, I'm still here. Open doors. Close them. Close the doors. The enemy had legal right into your life. And when you understand this and know this, how can you close the doors if you don't know it? Go to God. telling you, go to him, ask for forgiveness. You have to cleanse everything out of your heart. Ask for forgiveness. And in order from... So just think about this. If you don't know this, think how long we walked with opening door after door after door after door. We got a big old sinkhole. When do we get all these sinkholes going on? Close the doors. Give it to him. It's done. Ask for forgiveness. It's done. So the minute you do something from this time on, ask for forgiveness. So the enemy does not have time to run up in front of the courts of heaven. And you need to study the courts of heaven because it's true. It's absolutely true. So you have to use your tools. That's why Jesus came at this time. I mean, now and is telling us this because we need this. We need to know this stuff for where we're at. You know, he's given us this huge gift. Close the doors because he knows that evil is going to be so strong and so bad, and the enemy is going to be so mad, and he's going to come after us. Oh, harder than any other time. Any other time the enemy is going to be attacking the children of God. And so Jesus knows this, and that's why he came and gave us this information. You understand? Gave us this tool for our armor. It's another added tool. It's a very important tool for your armor. So you got to close some doors. Don't walk in those open doors. And the enemy, well, okay, I won't get off track here, but so the fallen though. All right. So Satan though has mentored all the way up these fallen, offspring of the fallen. He has put them all in the high places. So again, anybody that is in a powerful place, money, power, wealth, you name it, okay, that is a huge decision maker that can make and shake the things to happen, Satan is behind him, okay? Satan is behind him. So, saying all, I don't know, I'm sure, I mean, God has them planted up there too, but you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. You know, Satan has strategically placed them through all these years, mentored them. Thought out plan. It's going to happen. So even though many of them think that they're not children of God, they're not his bloodline. God has one true bloodline left. That's it, one. All right, now the tools, and that's why it's so important for the tools. The tools that you have to use. I call it how we open doors. It's festering, okay? Satan can't read your mind, cannot read your thoughts, but he knows you. He knows you. He's been watching you from birth. He knows you so well. He knows your routines. He knows what buttons to push. He knows how to get you to do what he wants you to do. Festering in your mind. He will make something happen that makes you, he whispers in your ear to make you remember something, you know, someone, and that gets you thinking, right? And you start talking to yourself. Well, you know how we all do. You start talking to yourself, and you think, and then next thing you know, you're dwelling on this person, place, thing, whatever it is, and you stop and you think, why am I even thinking about this? I haven't done this in years, but you can't get it out of your mind, can you? Can't quit thinking about it for nothing. And all day long, that takes you to somewhere else. Somewhere else. You know, how they did you wrong, what they did to you. And before you know it, it's brought up all this stuff, right? So now you're about to put something into action. And then that is when the door opens. He gets you to move into action. Your thoughts, which you can't read, but now he's whispered all these things in your ear. He's got you going, you know, he's got you going on it. And now you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. And here it comes. You say something, you do something, bam. Got an open door, right? So the enemy says, okay, here we go. I got a foot in. She does it every time. I knew this would work. I knew this would work. You know, it's worked ever since she's been 10 years old or whatever, you know, or he knows you. Change your routine. Change your routine. Be aware. Like I said, always be aware. Be aware of every situation that you're in or that you're walking in. If you're walking to a place, okay, you're walking to a place that's going to hold these memories, these type of people that you know that could be open doors. Pray ahead. Ask the Lord for His Holy Spirit to walk ahead of you. You know, cleanse it, clean it, fix it, do whatever, but and keep you strong and just, that's what you have to do. Because if not, you're going to go walk right in there and bam, there you go. Bam, 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 bam. Prepare yourself. You have to prepare yourself for everything. You do. You have to prepare yourself for everything. You know, and you know what I'm talking about. You totally know. You know those people I'm talking about. You know those places. You know those situations. I'm telling you, the enemy's just waiting for you to go right there. He's got everybody lined up. Everybody's sitting in the exact spot, waiting to say the wrong thing that he once said to get you festering, to get you going. Totally does. And it works every time. Change it. Change it. Know. Okay? Be aware and know. Don't let him goad you. Know the game. Know the game. Use your tools. Walk in the Spirit. Okay? Not the flesh. Because that's where all that is. All that is in the flesh. It's not in the Spirit, it's in the flesh. And that's why you have to stay in the Spirit. Because once you get in that flesh, that's what happens. That's what happens. So, you can go back and see some videos I did on that. And I really talk about it in depth. But, we all do it. And this is why. This is why many of our lives stay the same way. We can't figure it out. Why thing after another keeps happening. We don't understand why. This is why. Don't let the exes, and when I say exes, I'm not just saying ex-spouses. I'm saying exes, any exes in your life. You know, ex-family, ex-friends, ex-spouses, ex-co-workers, ex-bosses, ex-places. Don't let them be your ticking time bomb. Don't let them be your minefield. Okay? Because that's what they are. They're minefields that you go back in and you totally, you have no strategy walking through them. You don't know where the mines are and where they're not. But you could know. You could know where each and every mind is, so you don't step on them. You understand? So, go this. Prepare. Just like anything, prepare. You know, where you're going to walk. And have him go ahead of you to prepare your path. So you don't step on any of those mines in that minefield. You know? And that's how you get back to square one over and over and over and over and over. Okay? Anyway, we're still waiting for, we have 28 days for baby. 28 days for baby. I don't know. I just didn't think the baby would be born here on Earth. I really didn't. I didn't think the baby would be born here on Earth. But also remember this when I told you about the blood red moon. That was April 14th. Remember I said, back throughout history, when I did my search, nothing ever big happened on that day of the blood red moon. It was always like 30 to 40 days afterwards, right? Usually, I mean, back when I did that, every blood red moon, that day is not when the historical marker, historical event, or after effect happened, or the whatever that blood red moon brought, right? It didn't happen on that day. It happened like 30 to 40 days after that. We're going to be coming into that time, right? We are. I'm just thought about that. April 14th, 30 days, May 14th, and then you go on back. But I mean, 30 to 40 days. I'm not saying that's going to be anything, but I'm saying that's when the judgment came. That's when punishment came. That's when anything came, was 30 to 40 days after the date of the blood red moon. I told you guys this before the blood red moon. So remember that. Remember it. So keep your eyes open. Gotta watch every day. Every single day. Every day. Okay? Love you. See you soon.